Hi everyone, welcome back to Prince and Nikki's channel. Thank you for joining us today and for watching the first video in a number of videos that will be coming up on one of our new projects.
Yeah, we are now in Cape Coast, Asebu, Pan-African village. Yes, most people ask us, do we work outside Accra? So yeah, we work anywhere in Ghana, we will go.
So just want to say thank you to all of you for the interactions on our last video on our roofing project with our own Prince and Nikki home. We've had lots of inquiries about help to do their roofing, so we're going to be keeping our carpenter busy for the foreseeable, won't we? But yeah, he's going to be busy, but
Yeah,
we're happy to help.
And all those who reach out to Sango Build Direct, fantastic. I think I was speaking to Sango, the content of that he said, why don't you become a supplier? Well, so watch this space.
So here we are, you can see we're on site. This is just the beginning stages where the engineer comes onto the site and starts looking at the drawings and how it's transferred. There is a number of stages in terms of the construction. We spoke to you on previous videos, pre-construction as well as once they're on site. So we will take you through that. But as you can see on the screen, this is the engineer that's taking the levels. This is a sloped land. So we have made some changes in terms of the initial drawings that we got.
Yeah, I think it's always said is when you got a piece of a plot of land and someone doing design for you, it's very good. You take those levels and make them incorporate the levels into the drawing. In this case, the building we're working on, that wasn't done. The design was done in America, so given to us. When we went to site, we needed to make some changes to suit the land level. That's why we end up with a basement or lower ground floor, as people may call it.
Yeah, so we have made some changes, but just to give you a little bit of an oversight, this project is Project Yao. It is 4 times 2 bedroom apartments, and this is 3 plots of land. However, the building itself will be standing on one of the plots because there's utilisation of the other plots for other things moving forward. As Prince said, this is in Asebu, Cape Coast, and I'll give a shout out to our new clients, Francis and Priscilla. We want to thank you for putting your faith and trust in us in building your dream home, and we're going to get to it.
Yes, and the name of the project, as you know, all our projects we give a specific name, and this name is his African name, Yao. So this project will be known as Project Yao going forward.
Thank you. So in terms of the land then, as you can see on the screen, they are now looking at the setting out stages, but I just wanted to run through with you some of those processes in the pre-construction phase and how we got to where we are on the screen, which is the setting out stage. So as Prince mentioned, as with any drawing, when you're purchasing drawings, whether an architect does them for you or you purchase them off online, it's really important that obviously that's based on a flat land. So the first thing we always do when we're starting a project is do initial site visit so that we can look at the land and work out what needs to be changed.
Yeah, it's very important because what we don't want, you can't just get up and go with your digger, your pickaxes, your shovel and just dig the ground. So we spend a lot of time, minimum 2 weeks period, just preparing to start the works, which we call the pre-construction stage. Is very important because, for example, in this case, the drawing needs to be redrawn to take into account the changing level of the land. So it's a lot of preparation works to make sure that you get things right.
Yeah, and with this particular land, the slope is quite steep enough that whereby we're bringing the land straight out to achieve a one level on the ground floor, we recognise that there would be a best plan to utilise that introduce a basement and a lower ground.
It's a better outcome because the other way would be for us to step the building, whereby when you go into the building, there are a lot of steps, but we always go against having steps within the building. The best thing is to go to have a level ground. So the way we propose now is that you got a lower ground level, which will be used as a storage of the garage. Then you got a ground floor all on the same level, and then the landscaping will be done. So you got a very fantastic layout, and it's just how you will see the pictures or Pinterest, yeah.
Yes, and a great view as well, because obviously the slope comes with the views. But what I will say is obviously where there's these key changes that have been made, we've been working alongside our clients to make sure that we're utilising the land and the changes that are made to help them to get what they want. So they're not just getting a basement, they're getting a basement that is really good quality. We've gone down really deep so that they get a good floor to ceiling height.
Yeah, it's making good use of the land, building with the land, and making sure that the space you create are usable spaces. Because if you're spending a lot of money per square foot, you want that every single piece of that square foot is a usable space. So the only way we could achieve that is to introduce this basement through lower ground floor, so that he get a better use of his money.
Yeah, so the client was really happy in terms of the amendments that needed to be made to make sure that he achieves a nice smooth ground floor, but also he's gained extra space and he's utilising it really well. I think he's got some great ideas there. So we've discussed it with the client, and some of the key elements is just making sure that we had the right height, the structure, the calculations, and just gaining exactly what we wanted. So as you can see on the screen, as the guys have done the setting out and they've transferred the plan from the plan to the land and looked at the placement with the engineer, that's where they've started doing the digging. So you can see here they've been going a good number of days and they've started taking the footings right down so that the imprint from the plan is started to be shown on the ground.
Yeah, also it's very important to make sure you're digging the foundation to the right depth, shown on the drawing. This particularly because we introduced this lower ground floor through basement area, we are going further deeper because there's going to be a substantial load on the retaining wall side, and so that there is a more substantial depth in that area.
Yes, so as you can see here, we had introduced, the workers actually wanted to initially do the digging by hand, but I think there's always a balance. People want to do the digging by hand. We're happy to use JCB diggers and things. It's just getting a balance of actually the volume of work actually might cost longer once you're doing it for a longer period.
In this case, they said when we said let's use a machine to dig the ground to when it needed to be, because effectively you're taking half of this area to get the level required to create the basement. And they said we'll do it with hand. I said to Mike, there's no way these guys can do this by hand. They said, but no, they will do it. I said, if you want to do it, you're gonna be there
long time.
Gonna be there 3 weeks, you won't be there. So we let them have a go, a day trying to dig. They were just taking the trench to the level required. And when I spoke to Mike, we found out that no, this guy, it's gonna take them forever. I think 2-3 weeks even we cannot achieve what we needed to achieve. Then there will be issues, hand dig. Can you go to the right length? Then all those things. So we just said let's call the digger in, and it was the best option. I think everyone is happy, all the workers are happy. We are back on track where we should be. So yeah, it was a great outcome.
Yeah, and it balances itself out because the workmanship would have gone on for much longer. So as you can see, the JCB digger is took out the bottom part of the land, which is where the start of the basement will be. So they've took it out, and then obviously the labourers will then come in and start looking at the excavation for the footing and columns, which will be hand dug. You will see that in a video that's coming up shortly.
And I think one of the good news also using the dig guide is that all the earth that was removed is grade 1 lateral filling. So some of the earth removed will be used as part of the back filling. So it's saving costs that we don't have to import laterite. So it's great.
Yeah, it does speed it up though with the JCB digger. When you see it, you're kind of like, wow, that's gone. But yeah, you can see them here, they're digging away. Yeah, they're really good. I'm really pleased with them. They are really good workers. Even one of the site areas on the land at Asebu, he came around, they even came around, didn't they? And was commenting, where are you guys from? You guys do a proper job. I was like, okay, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was really commenting on the workmanship and
Yes.
the digging, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think it's one of the things we found out here is that in terms of materials, there are certain things we use which were not readily available here. For example, we have to bring the DPM all the way from Accra. The waterproofing chemical, we have to buy that from Accra. Actually, Mike spent the whole day in Cape Coast looking for it. He couldn't find any at all. And also, corridors block, because we always want to use a corridors block. I think when you're doing a building, to make sure you get a good sound foundation, you should be using at least corridors in the foundation. And we couldn't get the corridors around. He went all the way to the next town. He couldn't find. So the block factory over there, we have to pre-order the blocks. You got to pay for the guys to buy the corridors. He said, yeah, I do them, but because they don't buy them here, you got to order them so that I can make them specifically for you. So we have to order the blocks to be made. And also, the blocks here is more expensive than Accra. So, for example, in Accra, you buy 1 6-inch blocks for
Corridors block.
Yeah, for 8 cities. Here is 12. So you can see, but then the sun here is cheaper. We're buying the sun about 2,800 in Accra. The sun here is 1,500. Then the stone is also more expensive.
Yeah.
The Accra, the stone is 3,000. Here is 3,500. So it's that overall things balances itself.
One of the things that obviously is important is we've spoken previously in a number of our videos is the importance of the project management side and making sure that you're trying to stick to the budget as best you can. So that's one of the things that we, in terms of our project management side, we're making sure that we have scheduling, we're making sure that we're looking at the accounts, accounting for the materials, looking at what's more expensive, what's not, and making recommendations as we go along to try to keep the project on track. As you've seen in our videos for our own project, there's a number of videos more recently with our roofing and the 18-month review video that we have on our channel. We spoke about how we were able to keep on track and on budget.
Yeah. Well, other things I would say is this is a great community down here. This is the first time we are working here, and the chief and everyone, the feedback I get from everybody is lovely. Might regularly go and have a chat with the chief. So it's a great community, and I think if you give it 2-3 years, all this land you see about, there are houses that are being built within it.
Yeah.
So this development is in phase 2, and on Pan Africa Village. There are houses all over, and in the next 2 years, this will be a great community as well. And I think Mike likes it there. He rented a place for how long now?
A year.
So
yeah.
if you
I think Mike is planning to stay there. He's rented a property for 1 year down there. So if you want anything, hit us up because Mike's staying there.
No, I think it's because we got to find a place for the guys to stay, and the worry is if we rent a place just for the next 3 months where we are there, and then you go. When we come back, that space might not be there because someone will rent, because you get people who are coming, contractors who are coming to work in the area. So it was best for us to secure those rooms for the longer term.
Yeah, and we do have some other projects that are coming up down that area.
Yeah.
And also this week we've now been talking about a number of different roofing solutions down there. So we're going to be down on that side of the Ghana as well, aren't we? So
Yeah, we got a lot of projects around Cape Coast, Takoradi, which are in the pipeline. So I think it's for where we are. If we get the rooms secure for the longer term, it helps us that people they could stay there and then go to where they need to go. So yeah, I think it's a great decision he's made.
yeah. So what you're seeing now, you'll start seeing the footing and columns taking shape. The little squares on the screen are now where they've started digging those out. So you'll see at the bottom of the screen is where they hand dug. Then the top of the screen, we did the JCB excavation, and now they're taking the column and footings right down. We've worked it out. There'll be about 1.2 meters depth, which is 4 feet, and that's a fully structured calculation that we've taken into account alongside the amendments of the drawings that we made with our engineer.
Yeah, and also he has introduced a new columns into the retaining walls, because the proposal he came back with is not to build a fully concrete retaining wall. He came with an options that it works effectively. It works in terms of the calculation. It works effectively as having a full reinforced concrete retaining wall. So he introduced some additional columns into the basement side.
Yeah. What you see here is the borehole being drilled. As I said previously, we're on site. This is the first week on the site where we've started the setting out, we've started the footings and the digging, and we're just kind of getting ourselves grounded on the project. One of the resources that we need obviously is water, so we've made the borehole be digged so that that's there for the long term, for the duration of the project,
and also for the use of the house. He's there as long as you want to use it. Really, is I think there's no problem with water. They've gone down 300 feet. That's about 92 meters before they hit the good water they needed. So it's great. And the cost of this is 18,000 Ghana it was to drill this borehole. And what I was very surprised is the speed at which this guy came, because Mike called me. We're trying to get water, and we're trying to look for water around, and it's just that we couldn't get anyone to deliver the water we want. And when we spoke to the people in the office who sell these lands, dealing with the lands in the Pan-Africa village, they said, no, we got these people who can do the borehole for you tomorrow. I'm like, really? That was about 4 o'clock. So we got approval from the client to say, do you want for us to go for the borehole? He said, yeah, go ahead. And that was the following day they were there and just drilled this borehole, and it's a great, and I think the cost is also fantastic price to do that so quickly.
Yeah, and as you say, it's there for the long term. So Francis and Priscilla, before you know it, you'll be using the water and watering your plants. So as you see here, we've made a great start, and we're pleased to introduce Project Yao to you. We've made a good start on everything. We've done a nice schedule for the client. With all our projects, we always have a full schedule that they're able to see who's coming in or which weeks. It helps us with our planning. We have a different number of sites that we're working over, and it helps us with our staffing and moving people around. And also it helps with cost saving, because we're not using things long term and renting things when not needed. So it helps overall with the whole project management side.
I mean, we do a program where we price the work, because when you price the work, we need to know how many labor we need, how many days we're gonna be digging. So there's always a program behind all our estimate. That is the only way we can quantify the amount of time we need to be on site. So we share that with the client when we are appointed. Obviously, when we are appointed, we share with the client through the pre-construction stage to say, these are the series of activities on our program. And we show the intervals where we require client approval or certain things or changes what is happening on the site. So we share the details of what we're doing with the clients every single day. Videos from the site. There are a lot of videos that we get from the site. We share it with the clients. Key decisions, getting approval. So there is always constant communication between us and the clients and the site team.
Yeah, so We hope you've enjoyed the video that we've brought to you for Project Yeah. Share the love and encouragement on this project. Do give a comment below and encourage us to continue the content, but also give a big shout out and welcome to Francis and Priscilla on starting their project. There are a number of videos on our channel now. We've been going for a number of months. We've started to build up. Obviously, there's a variety of different projects that we're working on. Obviously, on Prince and Nikki's own home, we've just done the roofing. So there's roofing videos if you're interested in that. That shows you the woodwork, the costing breakdowns, and also the stone-coated roofing tiles. If you're at the decking stages, there's a number of decking stage videos. We have been working on Project Lashibi, which is a fantastic project.
Yep.
And that's semi-detached properties. That's at the decking stage. And then we've also got another of other videos on Casa Josie. We've done the block work and the lintels on that. So there's a number of videos on our channel that will show you the different building stage that you're at. We have also got planning videos on our channel that helps you to understand how you can plan and design your home. We do offer on our P&D construction side full design and project management and construction. So no matter where you're at in terms of your stage of planning your building, 2024 is the year to get your hands on the ground and start your building project. You won't lose by starting small and taking stages and breaks.
Yeah, I think it's one of the service we offer is the estimate. We've done a lot of estimate for people now at various stages of their project, whereby their builder will tell them you need X number of cement or X number of blocks or X number of iron rods, which they want to cross-check to see if that is right. We've done so many estimates whereby we find out that the quantities upon which the estimate were based, they're either twice what is required or very little. So that giving that assurance to people on their projects, that is fine. The other things we do also is site visits, site inspections. We got qualified engineers who visit different construction sites. Some of the stuff we see is quite shocking, and we agree with clients that we will not be showing those on our channels. But we do all those monitoring stuff with the team we have back home.
Yeah, I think the ones that we have not been showing, because obviously it's hurtful for some people as well, having spent money and having to fix things. We do refurbishment and corrections. So what if you don't want to get to the refurbishment and correction stage? One of the big problems is damp. We are stocking and selling DPM, DPC and tape now. You can buy that directly from us. But if you want to educate yourself about making sure that you don't get damp, it's one of our things that we always talk about on our channel. There are a number of videos on our channel. We've got how to lay DPC when building, and on our recent projects we've also got. If you do like the content that we're bringing, please don't be one of the 70% that aren't yet subscribed. It's free to subscribe, guys. So come on, hit the subscribe button and support us.
And please share this video with anyone you think that will benefit from a video like this.
We do have playlists as well. So if you're wanting to look at specific type of videos, hit on the tabs at the top of our channel. We've got the videos, the shorts, but also the playlist, which has got our own building project separate, and then the P&D construction side, where you'll be able to see the different projects which we are currently doing. So thank you for watching today. It's been great introducing Project Yao, and we will be bringing you the next video shortly, which will be continuing with the substructure, which will be the footing block work, columns and the mats.
Yes, it's exciting time ahead.
Yes, so thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you, and see you soon.
Take care, bye.
Bye.